What is good, everyone? Matrix Simp here. Today we will be taking a look at a brand new Matrix board. This is the Matrix Navi, the newest addition to the Matrix lineup, this time the layout being a FRL TKL, minus 3 nav keys right here. Before we start the video though, I want to say that I am a pretty big fan of Matrix, and thus this will be less of a review but simply more of my impressions and comparisons to other Matrix boards that I've tried. Okay, so some details on this bad boy. This is a FRL TKL top mounted custom keyboard. The board is slated for group buy running from June 8th to June 17th, with the price being $520. But the board will have different themes as well as colors, each featuring a different combination of top case and bottom case, as well as the weight. The accent pieces, things like this right here, will be in typical Matrix RNG fashion. So RNG bless, I guess, but they do say they will match your color combo. Here is a full list of them, and I'll add a link in the descriptions for pictures for all of the different combinations. The board will also be available in Win keyless or Chinese Win keyless only, so no Win key. Honestly, a monumentally based GigaChad move, and they will also be providing a skeleton as well as non-skeleton plate, so 2 plates in one package. Very happy with this decision. I was honestly not the biggest fan of their skeleton plate design. Now, taking a closer look at the board itself, it is pretty much in line with the design language of the newer post 3.0 boards. But here, taking a closer comparison to the Corsa and the new Navi, the design language is pretty similar. This has a different side profile, but overall it's got that sort of angular, futuristic type vibe going on. And the weight design is also quite similar as well, but this one doesn't have the little badge slot that the Corsa did. However, there is something much better, and that is that the badge slot is on the top of the case this time. Let's fucking go. So finally, we get to put our badges on the top of the case. So if you got some cool Weeb Matrix badges, you can put that bad boy right here and stare at it right next to the OLED screen. Also, with this release, we're getting a new variant of badges, literally a mini badge within the badge, which might make for some crazy badge potential in the future. Honestly, Matrix badge collecting is a hobby in itself at this point. Oh yeah, by the way, this mini Ashkeebs SIP badge might be running as a special run sometime in the future, so please consider if it does end up happening. I'm not too sure about these big Ashkeebs badges though. This was like from 1.5 years ago. It's been a while. These were the remaining ones that they sent over to me. I might have a giveaway for some of these, so probably on my Instagram. Go follow if you would be interested in winning one of these bad boys. Anyways, let's get to the build. Of course, we'll be going with our classic MX Blacks for testing with absolutely no foam. One thing I want to note is that the PCB is actually has these flex cuts on each alpha, and that I only got sent the skeleton plate, so this is what we're going to be testing with. Welcome to another episode of Ashkeebs Talks without a fucking script. I think I forgot to mention, but this top mount has these little gasket type sock things that you put on top of the mounting screw points. Which is interesting. But yeah, how are you guys doing? It's been a minute. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing alright. I'm chilling, I'm actually going to Japan at the end of June. I'm staying there for like a month and a half, which is quite a long time. So if you guys want some Japan content, let me know. But yeah, I messed up with this build. You probably could figure out why, but yeah, I fucked up. Why did I think this had split right shift? Oh my god, I'm so done. Oh! Okay, we had a little trouble with me being a dumbass, but the board is done and it looks pretty damn lit. We got my boy Pun Pun over here dancing away the trauma. But yeah, let's see how this sounds and feels. Okay, so what do I think of the board? It is pretty damn good, and the sound profile is honestly pretty different from other Matrix boards that I've tried. For the typing feel, it's definitely on the softer side, and there's also a noticeable amount of flex, and the bottom mount feels super soft for a top mount. Honestly, it leans towards how a soft gasket mounted keyboard feels like. I think that the typing feel is this in between gasket and top due to the silicone gaskets you put on top of the screwing points, along with the skeleton plate and the flex cuts on the PCB. Unfortunately, I did try to take off the gaskets and screw the top mount screws to see if it would work, but it would not sit properly, so it doesn't seem like that could be an option, but maybe Matrix can consider it because I think having a softer gasket-like typing feel as well as the classic top mount typing feel as options could be very cool. Overall, the typing feel is pretty good and leans towards how the 3.0 gasket mount felt like. And I think with the full plate instead of the skeleton plate, it could provide the firmer typing experience. Now for the sound profile of the board, it caught me a little off guard. It still definitely has the pop that Matrix boards have, but it is, in my opinion, a bit deeper and overall a little bit suppressed or muted. I think this muted sound stems from the combination of the flex cuts along the alphas and the skeleton plate. Personally, I like how it sounds right now. It's pretty unique and adds a different type of sound profile to the Matrix lineup, but I do think that the addition of the full plate was a good decision for more options. Overall, the board is pretty damn good. It sounds good and feels nice. The design is of course a banger with it being a Matrix. I think the overall typing feel and sound profile definitely is in line with the newer Matrix boards such as Corsa and 3.0. It is a little different from the 2.0 ADD and the 2.0 OG and stuff like that. This board is also a bit deeper than the newer Corsa and the 3.0. And yeah, it also comes in this based layout, and I'll probably be dailying this and retiring my Corsa for a little bit.